If you have been anywhere on YouTube, you will see there are tons of people that say don't publish empty notebooks, don't publish line journals, don't publish low content books, don't do this. But Amazon KDP and the help button has never said anything like that. And I think that that is a popular thing to say because it's a trending keyword on YouTube and those videos will rank and it will get people publishing low content to stop and say, what's this video about? It might even discourage people from publishing line journals and planners. You will never hear me say that because I made $106,000 of book royalties from low content books. And probably 90%, maybe 6,000 of that is from non low content books. But that's where I started. So today I just want to share with you my experience because I believe in abundance and I believe there's room for everybody. And I want to share with you the 3 things that I love about publishing low content and why it is a good way to start. So let's dive in. I've got my sticky notes here. My name is Jenny Hansen Lane. You can check out my channel. I've published over almost 800 videos about self-publishing. I published 515 books. And the number one reason that I tell people to start with a low content book, with a journal or a planner, actually I'm going to even give you an interior for that in the description of this video. But the number one reason that I suggest people to do that is because of this. Can you see what that says? Muscle memory. If you've ever tried to get in shape or you've ever had a task to grow a muscle, you know that you have to repeatedly do something. You guys know that I played college and soccer. I was number 1 in the nation for goals and assists, and I started playing when I was 12 years old. And guess what I did? I put myself in, I was the crappiest one. I played with all of the non-white kids at school. I played with all the Hispanic kids. They were mostly boys, and I was the crappiest one. And do you know what that did? It gave me the muscle memory to keep going. And when I was in high school, I was playing varsity before most of the kids my age. And then I was recruited out of high school to play in college. And in college, I played with the boys soccer team in scrimmages, and that helped me have the most goals in my freshman year in college. And I credit muscle memory, doing the same thing over and over and over again. And so when you open an Amazon KDP account and you are so overwhelmed with what type of book to do, that's why I always say start with a low content book. Start with a journal and planner, because one of the hardest things to do on Amazon is figuring out the formatting. How does the book go? How does it upload? But a journal is just an empty, like you can do a composition notebook. You can start there and you can start developing the muscle memory. And I have a program, I take everybody through it. It's called the 72-hour publisher, because there's something in your brain that changes when you start building muscle memory, right? I'm left-footed, and so I could score on a corner kick left-footed, but it didn't happen overnight. I practiced. After soccer practice, I would stay, and I would go get the ball, and I'd put it back in the corner, and I would do this over and over and over again. And so I am under the impression my personal success comes from reps and doing things over and over and over again and getting better. And I'm okay to be in the cringe. Like, I'm okay to climb Cringe Mountain and realize, like, I suck. I climbed the hike. I climbed the Inca Trail in Peru, and like I beat everybody to the top, and then I fell when I got to the top. Like, I just take fast action, and I'm gonna fail. And when I fell, I'm gonna learn. And if you guys have followed this channel any amount of time, you know that even my account has been suspended and terminated, and I have gotten back up and got it turned back on, and I have kept going. Okay, so you can start somewhere, and it is easier to start with a quick rep, like half a push-up, just to get that first book out. Okay, so I talk about this because that's how my success came. I worked on a full book. It's called the Radical Authenticity Guide. It doesn't even sell like my other books do. I even hired someone to do the keyword research before I knew what I was doing. Okay, so that's number 1. The second reason why I always tell people to start with a low content book is because it is foundational. This might sound repeatable, but when you can get out a book really fast, you're going to be more likely to be like, you know what? yeah, I'm going to do a prompted journal next because all I've done is empty journals. And so if you can put together a book fast and upload it to Amazon KDP, think about using ChatGPT and doing something more automated. I recently taught a course called Journal Automation Masterclass where I showed you how I put together a journal in 15 minutes with AI, okay? I couldn't have done it in 15 minutes if I didn't have the foundations, okay? The foundations is what gave me the confidence to go fast. Since then, I published 6 different prompted journals and they have sold over $200 in just 30 days. So to me, that shows me that like the muscle memory is paying off. I can go all the way down and come back up with good form. And then the foundations are, now I can do other types of books. You guys may have seen in June, I did a book with 26 different women who I love, and I would have never been able to do that if I didn't have the muscle memory and I didn't have the foundations, right? Okay, number 3. Any guesses why I tell people, the third reason why I tell people to publish low content books? Speed, okay? It is because the speed of ease, okay? It is because when you put in the reps, you know exactly what you need to do, and you can do it over and over and over again. So in my program, and you've seen YouTube videos that I've taught about this called the book catalog strategy. All of my books start with a low content book, okay? And then we think about how, now that we have the foundations of a low content book, how do we iterate on that and make it something better? How do we add a book to that, like a prompted journal or a workbook or a diary, okay? And because we have these, the speed of ease, that's the only reason I was able to publish 518 books, is because I repeat this process and I'm looking for those things. We also talked about in a previous video the things that make a book sell. We've got the demand, we've got the supply, we have reviews and the historical data. So like you can make it work with low content books. You just have to put in the muscle memory. And I'm telling you this because I think those videos are misleading because they tell you that muscle memory is not important. They tell you that you should do harder stuff first, and you may never start if you listen to that advice. So passive income is possible, and it's important that when you're doing those journals and those notebooks and the composition notebooks, that we are focusing on the demand for those books and for the supply. And we could spend hours talking about this and doing the keyword research for low content books, but it is the same. So when someone says don't focus on low content books because it's saturated, you could say that about every single category on Amazon. Like you could say that about so many different things, but it's because I don't know why. If you made one of those videos, drop it in the comments so I understand better, because my sample size is small, but it has worked. Okay, so with low content books, I am still focusing on the demand. I am still looking for low supply. So my book is like, oh, we want Jenny's book because there's nothing else out there like it, okay? And there's a demand for it. That's all you need to start. So don't be discouraged. Passive income can happen, and maybe 5 years ago it was easier to sell journals and notebooks and planners for passive income. But it doesn't mean that there aren't new niches all the time and new trends that happen all the time that will demand a low content book, okay? I love you guys. Please put in the comments how I can help you, and I'll see you in the next video. Here's another video that I always say Amazon, YouTube is suggesting. If any of these videos have ever helped you, share them, like them, love them. Tell me that. Subscribe so we can be fam. And I'll see you in the next video.